Greetings, welcome to Cardano Open Source with students from Richfield. My name is Bernard Spander. Today I've got 3 people who have started now, and it's a Saturday. Let me have you introduce yourself. Sharup?
Good day, my name is Cherub Dixon and I'm in group 5.
Imran?
Morning everyone, my name is Imran and I'm in group 6.
Rulan?
Hi, my name is Rulani and I'm in group 7.
Thank you. I'm going to share and then show the groups that we have. And then from there, I'm going to request you to present. The purpose of this is basically for you to be assisted. Let me go to the groups. There is a Cardano Open Source. This is our groups. Just a recap. We have got 10,500 for each group, for all the groups, to incentivize you to work. Right. Let me just send to some to notify them we have started. Right, announcement. Let's just go. Everyone. Right, I've got group 1. There's no one in group 1 here. Their topic is Cardano node. The purpose of this exercise is to expose you to open source working. So in Cardano, we are using open source and the Cardano open source repositories I have given to these groups here. First one is Cardano node. Second one is Cardano Ledger. Third one is Cardano CLI. Fourth one is Bluetooth. Fifth, Bluetooth TX template. Sixth, Cardano address. And 7, Bluetooth apps. The goal of this is for you to help improve these areas on the documentation side. Secondly, is for you to learn and adapt to work. This is a remote open source work from one of the biggest blockchain communities, with a hope that in future when you are developers, graduate and you are developers, you will consider Cardano as one of your areas where you are going to look for work. You have a very big chance because you are still students and now you know other areas, but it will come with a lot of effort. You need to put a lot of effort. One most important thing I would like to say is a lot of community developers have been working, collaborating remotely from different continents, and they have built up Cardano as one of the top 10 biggest communities in the world. So don't underrate it. Don't think it's a small thing. It's a very, very, very massive achievement. So it must inspire you also to know that there is an opportunity there for you to improve. There is a proposal. Now, this is just to introduce this proposal. There are three things before I give you a chance to talk. The first thing is, how important is this Cardano open source? How important is it? As a student for IT, software development or IT, I know one of your goals is to get a good job. Okay? Right. So I'm going to just run through this contribution ladder from the advocate developer area, which is open source. Just a highlight so that at least you've got this insight on how important it is. Then the second thing, I've requested Prifina and Dilo to engage you here. There is grants going on now. This one must motivate you again. Remember, this is your first exposure. It might happen that with the first exposure, you might not understand it. But remember, everything is going to happen again. As long as you stay within the ecosystem, it's going to come again. What I'm talking about here is a grant application, applying for grants under the Cardano project Catalyst. I have requested Dylan and Prifina. Let me ask them to join. I don't know why they didn't join. I have sent here and they are here. Most likely they are not. They are busy with other work I gave them. Yeah, they are busy with other work I gave them. So for today you won't have them, but I will just explain to you this catalyst. So Cardano has got funding. It started from Fund 1. That was Fund 1 was the pilot. It was around 2021, 2022. Then they give out grants on different community projects worldwide. And then they have moved from Fund 1 to Fund 12. Now, as I'm speaking to you now, Fund 13 has started. It must be of interest to you to just understand and see how big the community is. There is 50 million ADA. 50 million ADA for this grant, which means the community of Cardano from different continents, different cultures, different groups, they are now welcome to apply for grants. And there's a total of 50 million. So let's see how much is it in rands. Right here we are talking about, see, 50 million. Right, 2, 3. At about 310 million rands. 310 million rands. Remember, others are using US dollars in other countries. So in US dollars, we are talking about approximately 18 million US dollars. Now, how is it going about? How does it go about? These are the areas we can apply for grants. First one is Cardano Open. This is for developers. There's 8 million. Cardano Open Ecosystem, 5 million. Cardano Use Concept, 5 million. Then Cardano Use Cases Product, 8.5 million. Cardano Partners Enterprise, R&T, which is a research and development, 15 million. Cardano Partners Growth and Acceleration, 5 million. So I will drop this link. For now, you might not know what to do. This is information I'm just passing to you. It's too late for you now to apply for funds. But it's not too late for you to register and take part as a community reviewer. I'll just show you. There are some funds for doing that. If you are lucky, you will get something better. So how do you register? There is cardano.idscale.com. This one I'll also put a link. So you register in this platform here, confirm your email. Then once you register here, then you will see a lot of different projects. Then you can just check how others are applying for funds. So we have 5 days left for this to close. So you need to submit your proposal, like what you see here. Others have submitted proposals. There is only 5 days left. Let me just give you one example, Cardano Education Platform, so that you see how it is. The person who has applied here is Teotros Sintaye Crypto by Asheu. So how much is this person applying for? Is applying for 175,000. Then he's going to give reasons why he or she or the company is applying. And if they are given that money, what are they going to do? They break it down here. Okay. Now for you, once you register here, you will get a question whether you want to be a community reviewer. What does a reviewer do? Read this link that I have given you about the guidelines. So you click guidelines, launch guidelines, and then go through it, check under community reviewer. Basically, the reviewer, you are assessing this project. If it is worth being funded, they give you some guidelines. Now, this is open to everyone. Everyone. You can give your opinions, what you think. Is this person honest? Follow some guidelines, then you rate. When you opt to be a community reviewer, they normally distribute. Each person might get around 30 proposals to help the community review. They do specify how much you will get for each review. In the past, they have given 25 ADA for each review, meaning if you multiply 25 ADA by 30. If you do correctly, 25 eta by 30. That will be 750 eta. Like I showed you, if let's say you get that 750 eta, you are basically going to be getting 4,652 rands. It is not easy because you need to do quality work. Other people, they cheat. That is why they get zero. What other people do, which I say, if you become a community reviewer, don't cheat. Other people, they copy, they go to ChatGPT, they use AI to do the work for them. Cardano has got some AI detectors. They can check that this is the work of the AI. Then they will throw it away. Won't get anything. Now, let's suppose you do join and you want to work. My suggestion is you look for projects that are along your group. If you are on the repository, for example, Bluetooth, search here for Bluetooth. But sometimes you have no choice when they give you what to use. But it would be nice that you check on something that is what you're doing. For example, if I say Bluetooth apps and then I search, there are some people who have applied. You check here, you will find some have applied along exactly what you are doing there. Then you can see it improves your skills. It improves your skills. Cardano Startup Acceleration Program. Okay, so I'm done with this one. Any question concerning this grant application? Any question? Yeah, Prefina is here. Thank you, Prefina. This is what I was explaining. Find some time and assist them with the grants application on idea scale and Dilo. Okay, let's go to number 2. Number 2 is this contribution letter. That contribution letter, let me just run through it. I'm not going to take a lot of your time. This is a... Let me just rush through the slides. You can see. Right, there we go. Why this contribution ladder? This document explains why. We are still designing this, but the aim and objectives of this is to reward people who are working, that is merit, introduce quality to open source, also to retain developers, value open source contribution within the Cardano community, introduce some roles, contribution steps, so that when where are you guys here on this contribution ladder? The goal is to be a co-maintainer. Co-maintainer is more like a developer who is on the highest end of contributing in the group, organization, or company. You are here. You are new contributors. You are beginners. You are associate. You are understanding. You are new. So you are doing peer reviews, documentation. But later on, let's say later on, you carry on, you learn how to code, and then you start coding, committing, sending in your source code. Then after some time now, you are a code developer. Then you move up the ladder to be a trusted committer. So when you're a trusted committer, then it means you are almost at the top. Then later on, you become a co-maintainer. So I'll stop here. If you've got any question concerning this, this is a merit quality HR within the Cardano open source community proposal. It's a framework. Okay, if you've got any question concerning this, I would say we are not discussing this. I was sharing with you because it's very important. Then finally, let's come back to our groups and presentations. So what I would want you to do, you are from different groups. There is group 5, there is one person. Prefina, assist group 5 who is 1. Now I need you to present, tell me, remember the questions that I put for you. Here are the questions. I said this meeting, it must assist, where is that, what did I post it? I posted under, yeah, here. I said each group will present their achievements. What are your achievements? What are your observations? What are your needs? What are your challenges? So please present along these 4 so that we assist you. So I'm going to put you into groups. Unfortunately, very few, to a point that putting you in group, it means it's going to be 1, 1, 1, 1. It's not going to work. But I would like you to present along this. That was the purpose of this meeting. Achievements, observations, what are the needs, what are the challenges? Okay? Let me open it up to you. Who would like to start? Which group? We start with the Roland. Roland, you're in group 7.
So in group 7.
I want you to. All right, let's do this. I want you to present. Let's start. We've got group 5, group 7. Do we have another group apart from these 2?
Yes, so we've got group 6. I'm in group 6.
Okay, group 5, 6, 7. Okay, can we have presentations? Let's go through it together to assist each other. Let's start with achievements, then we go to observations, needs, challenges. Give us feedback. The meeting is to support you. Roland, Go ahead.
Sir, this is Sherab from Group 5 talking.
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, in Group 5, we don't have any achievements. We have challenges, sir, because no one has pitched up. And honestly speaking, I don't really understand the work, sir.
Okay. You are in group
5.
5. In here, you are the only one in group 5. Am I right?
Yes.
So nothing. Okay.
I tried to
Were you
communicate
there
with
when
the
I was
others,
doing
but
orientation? Okay. First question I want
excuse
to
me, sir?
get. When I was doing orientation, were you present
Yes,
when I
sir.
was orienting everyone?
I think I was, yes, sir.
I listed 4 soft skills. Do you
Okay,
remember
then
that?
I wasn't there, sir. I wasn't.
You were not
I
there.
wasn't there. Yes.
The 4 soft skills every developer must have are the following. Number 1, communication. Number 2, teamwork. Number 3, research. Other one is deadline. Number 4, deadline. Okay, I'm saying this because number 1, if, for example, people were not cooperating and were not working, you should communicate with your group leader immediately. If the group leader is not working, is not attending, is not sacrificing time. Remember, we cannot force anyone. This is a voluntary thing. So we can't force people because they're in different times. Their environments are different. That's what happens. Each person, he must or she must commit, but communicate so that you are in a team. I'm not available now because I'm doing assignments, because I'm writing exams. Communicate, but I am going to be available on Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Communicate. So if there is no communication, things they die. Everything becomes quiet. The project stops. The team fails. Second one is team. We put you in teams so that you can, distribute tasks and work in different times together. When you apply for a job, definitely teamwork skill is one of the most important things. If you are not working with others, like right now, I'm working with different people from different countries, different time zones. I have to work with a team. I have to commit to say, oh, we have a meeting on such a day. I must finish that, finish it, meet with these people on that specific time. Respect time. When they set up a meeting, attend. Team is very important. Number 3, research. I'm confused. I don't know what to do. Then the question, then what? You volunteer to be a developer on Cardano open source. What are you expecting? That is my first question. Are you expecting to find a teacher, a lecturer, a mentor? Are you expecting to find somebody who's going to spoon feed you? This opportunity is a work environment. You don't have a lecturer, you don't have a teacher. That is why you on your own with your team, you need to research. the Cardano developer community in 2016 went out and started doing research. These were different professors in different countries. They didn't sit and say, we don't know what to do, Charles. So that is what makes a difference between a professional. So my task, let me not give any task, but stress, research, solve the problem. Fine. Okay. People are not attending. I'm the only one in the group. Find a problem immediately. If you guys, you think I have to regroup you, can regroup you, then we start all over again. But now, how do I do that without communication, without you first trying? But you are always going to be encountering areas you don't know. Number one, to tell you the truth, when you work in a company, you join the company as a Java developer, then all of a sudden they introduce C++, Rust, other languages. Are you going to leave the company? You will need to research. Use all different platforms, research and solve the problem. The last, most important, I stress is deadline. Work with timelines and deadlines. Don't just leave things in the open. It won't work. It is not going. That one I'm stressing. It is not going to work. Let's go to group 6. Who is in group 6?
I'm in group 6.
Go ahead. Present on the following within your group. Achievements.
Group 6, sir.
Imran, okay. Observations. What are the group needs? What are the group challenges? You are very lucky because I put 10,500 rand. It's not a small joke. It's not that I'm joking with you guys. If you don't commit, that money will still be there. We will recruit others who will commit. Wasn't able to log in. So, oh yeah, some are failing to log in. Let me assist them. The announcements at everyone. There we are going. Must use this one here. Maybe they've joined. All right, so let's go ahead. Go ahead and present. Imran and your, who is this one? Spesihle. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is the research which me and my team have done on the Cardano address clear overlay folder. It requires us, okay, one of the main issues is that it chooses a domain-specific language, and since most of us are not experienced in using domain-specific languages, like Haskell, we decided to do research on it. So what we found is that in the code, they're misplacing text and brackets. So we wrote that down. I don't know if Patricia was there during the meeting which we had, but we found out that there's an extra token code in one of the codes, and as a solution, we decided to remove it. We're just waiting for you to confirm if you can commit the change. Other than that, here's the rest of the code. I copied it and I found out, and I tried finding where the extra quotation mark was. It was here. Then I removed it, and here's the comment.
Okay, thank you very much. Are you done?
In terms of communication and deadlines, that's the only thing we are not up to date with. But when it comes to teamwork, I think we're up there. We just need to focus on learning how to do Haskell and the other languages.
Great. Thank you very much. At least something was done. Something is happening. Let's go to who else is with Imran? If you are with Imran and you want to add, you are free to do so. Okay, I'm very happy. At least now you are familiar with the Cardano needs. Some of the tools they are using, at least now you know. You are there. Okay, we will assist you along that line. There are some videos to assist you with what you need. Just check them. And then I'm going to ask also others to assist, work as a group. Thank you. Let me go to group 7. Group 7, it's your time now.
How are you, sir?
Fine.
Yes. So I'm in group 7, and
Yes, we are available. We're listening to you. Go ahead.
So I was basically going through some documentation. So right now I'm at the architectural decision records, the documentation there. So I went through almost all of them, and then I kind of like saw a bit of like some sort of like other, decisions, how they're made, and the arguments, like the coding style of Haskell. So some documents seems to not actually be what they are written. So some documents will be written things like decision making, but when you click on them to see what kind of decision making that went through, it shows you another different thing. It could show you something like context or status or something else. And some documents, when you access them, they're supposed to take you to a certain web page of that, but some give us errors and we can't even access them. So the problem that I have is that how do we actually fix those documentation so that when you click on them, they actually give you the proper thing that you are supposed to be clicking, you are supposed to be receiving.
Very good, great observation. We expect that because that is the reason why there is that platform for improving documentation. That is one most important developer skill, which I don't see universities teaching them very well or doing that very well. Documentation. So you find a lot of developers, they are producing great technologies, but those technologies are very hard to use. You don't know where to start. Even sometimes when you know where to start, like you say, broken links, miscommunication within the document, inconsistent, some documents are incomplete, some are too generic. It makes it very difficult. My goal is to improve documentation, because documentation is the first contact for every new person on a technology. If it is good, then onboarding new developers becomes easy. That is what I can say to you. Initially, when you are starting, I know you are faced with a lot of challenges, but with hard work, like you are telling me, I'm seeing some of you are doing, bit by bit, you are going to find a way. Eventually, you are going to realize it is doable. You can do it. So just to motivate you, I'm going to show you this other group. You might be thinking, well, these people maybe they started knowing what they were doing. No, they faced the same great challenges you are going through. But remember, the most important thing is consistent. You keep on trying, you keep on checking, keep on sharing, coming back together. We say, all right, let's improve this one from this. Let's make it better this way, that way. Basically now, let me just share with you so that you see one of your students. Maybe you know her. Just she is able now on her own to start writing a documentation from A to Z. In the beginning, it was not easy. She just handed this documentation now, 3 October, which is the day before yesterday. She handed this documentation and she wrote it from the beginning. She wrote it about what? This Helios example repositories. It's another repository. So let me show you the repository so that it motivates you to say, oh, if other Richfield students or other students can do it, I can do it too. Yes. So, right. So if we go to these examples, here is the repository. This repository is very important because when you are new to Cardano and you are using Helios, you need some examples. But when we came to this example here, just like the repository I gave to you, don't underrate it. Don't change it. Don't run away from it. Improve on it. So there are 8 examples Lawrence developed for teaching Cardano developers how to use Helios and do domain-specific coding. The problem with these ones here, can take a multi-sig. There is no documentation. How do you do that? Where do you start? Where do you go? There is nothing. So Rito did this documentation. See, she took that minting, technical documentation for minting. If you see along this, you've got NFT, minting NFT there. At least here, there is a little video about this one here. So that is very, 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 very important. Here is another one. This is interesting. As I'm speaking to you, you can see Mary Coxygen, Mary Bagda. Mary is in Ghana. She is on the same group. This is Mary and Rita in the same group. You can see now there she is posting. There she is posting. This is her work, you see. She is telling us now, I'm implementing the DREP TV project to create interview videos for the DREPs, promote themselves and connect with the ETA holders. She's sharing, who is this one? Sharing this information. All right. But again, if you look at this same lady, she was never a developer. She was completely new to this. Everything was new when she started in May. Today, she is able to hand in work. She handed this work so that you see. Here, there is Mary. So I want you to see, compare these two. You are going to be better than them. That is why I'm showing you this. I'm motivating you. This is can say this is the documentation by Mary Bagda, somebody who came knowing nothing. This is what she ended in. For me, this is good progress. This is what we are getting from Rito on a similar project like you. So you can see there is progress. This must motivate you to put more effort on what you are doing. Okay, let's get into open-ended questions and discussions. I will always put this for you on the table. Number one, working group is a team. Definitely, some of your team members are not going to be active. You do not all possess the same skills, same motivation. You are in different areas, different times. That is a learning that all of us, like myself now, I am learning. I am collaborating. I'm working with other people who are in different countries, different times, different skills, different languages. So teamwork, collaboration is very important, number one. If you don't have that skill, it will be very hard for you to work. The second one is research. We need to have high research skills. Okay, I don't know Haskell, but how did others get to know it? Where did they go? What do I do? And then let me tell you one thing. You need to focus on what is essential. Focus. I didn't say this is a Haskell group. It's a Haskell project where all of you are coming here to learn Haskell. That is something for the future when we go forward. For here, I'm exposing you to open source possible work documentation. Okay, if this documentation is in Haskell, then how do I document it? How do I? But you examine what is there. Does it help you as somebody who doesn't know how to use that part, that repository, at least have a beginning. It must state you are a new developer, come here. New developer, you start with this. Once you are an existing developer, but you are new to Cardano, go here. If you don't want to use the Haskell, but you want to do this, you can use this other option. A documentation, properly documented, it helps you or new people or readers know what to do and when to do it. It is very, very clear. So keep to these things that I have suggested for you. Research, deadline, have deadlines. Whenever you meet, have deadlines. Whenever you give each other tasks, have deadlines. Write your deadlines down. Put them in the group. Use that Discord. Put them there. Later, I'm going to introduce to my robot, where you all draw on the My Robot so that everyone can see the project started here. We are here. We are moving. We are going there. Any questions from anyone here? We have challenges now. What is our next task? Challenges. What is our next task from here? You here who have it here, give some suggestions. How can we improve this? I have one suggestion here: live office session. That is one suggestion. You need to travel to the office, go there, sit down as a group, and then spend a day, see this is what we can do. You know, that live meeting at the office is going to assist, maybe speed up your learning processes. That is one possibility. Another possibility is, do you do online meetings with your group members? If you do, I need videos like this video here. I'm recording it and I'm posting it for everyone to see, so that we can go through the videos. Then in that video, we see who was present, who was not present. Those who were present, what did they do? What did they achieve? And your deadlines. You see your groups here are dead. And each group must have a deadline every week. Here are the goals for our week. I had a meeting with the leaders and the scribes. It was very good. But I don't know how from there. Everything here on Discord is quiet and dead. Now, if we are to help you and you come and say, we have a problem, but we can't see the problem because right now there's no communication. The most important thing I think we can achieve is to improve communication. That is what I see. All right. Any question and challenges from your side?
I have a question, sir.
Yes, go ahead, Tapelo.
So, like I said before, like some documentations, when you access them, they take you to, they're like a link to that website or web page, whatever that has been designed. So how do you try to retrieve it? Do you design your own and then put that link there on that documentation so that everybody can able to access whatever that's on that link, or do you try to find the exact documentation somewhere here on the
okay. Which group are you in? So that we
group 7.
do group 7. Okay, let me share quickly. Clarify this a little bit. So here is group 7. Here is your link. Right, on your link here, remember, I'm not saying you guys must come here and start coding. It's impossible. And then the most important thing is, come here, you see, okay, this is a big project. I said it before. It has 147 contributors. You must be proud to at least be exposed to this. Because you are being introduced to something very, very important. Okay, here, believe me, even when you are students, you can contribute. In the beginning, it's like, no, students won't be able to do anything or assist anything. But you'll be surprised. Above all else, the same students, after some years to come, they are the ones who are going to be contributors. You are the future. That is why every nation invests in university students. You are the future. Okay, right. We get to the documentation. This is the documentation now. The question is, where and how do we start? How do we correct this? I have given you an example of, okay, this is what I am assigned to do. First thing I have said is fork it. Fork this. Log into GitHub. Once you have logged into GitHub, because this is what I have assigned to group 7. So you fork it. I have already done that. Under one of these accounts, you see, Bezier Wims has already done that. So it's a matter of, I go to it after forking. Then I go to that repository. Right. This one. It is this one. I explained to you, right? This is the one I have. Then I create some branches within, see where I am. You see, there are so many different branches. Before I even decide what I want to do, remember now, you need to understand how to contribute to this project. Follow these guidelines, how to submit an issue, how to develop and contribute. You read through this. Let's suppose now we have circled down to one of these, because remember, there is a lot. Each one of you can have different interests. So we have got this user documentation, and then this one here. This is the documentation for that. So within this documentation, you don't need to do the whole documentation. Have one area. If it's my first page here, I'm dealing with this. Let me concentrate on this. Right. When I'm here, for example, let's say I find there is a broken link here. It says edit on GitHub. So if you click that, it takes you to this broken link. So already, if you go back, this page on itself has a broken link. So what I suggest, you take a copy, make a copy of this broken link, add it onto your list of activities that you are doing. You have seen one broken link. You can't see a broken link, don't report it, leave it. Then what are you doing? Okay, you go back, you read through, then check. It's not only broken links. Does this help you on what you want to learn? Okay, so right now it's not very clear. Then it means here I can see explore Bluetooth explanation. Then from this explanation here, there is the information. Bluetooth tools. There it is. Now, this, I'm directing it to you. It's one approach I will suggest. I've suggested it before. You are working on a forked repository, like you can see here. When I have forked this here, I am able even to change the way this thing is arranged. You can do that if you really understand what you are doing. But I'm just showing you. Here I'm able to change things. But I'm not messing around with the main repository. So if I want to play around and say, okay, for me, I would have presented this in another way. So here, then the next thing here, what I would suggest is create your own branch. Click branch. I did before when I was showing you. I created this branch called dev. If you remember, there is this branch called dev on the same repository. So let me show you now. On this one here, let's suppose I want to redo this. Maybe I want to list this with the numbers 1, 2, 3. I'm able to do that here. I can even take this whole out. And then you say, all right, let me put it in a, what you call it, in a logical structure. Okay, there we go. Right, I see here, this is this link. Then this is the email. This is what. Then I work on it and improve on it. After improving on it and adding, check it when it is fine. Then you commit your changes. Let's say you make mistakes. I'll just make one little change. You see, the nice thing I'm introducing you to is you are using the GUI easy way of starting to work with this. Later on, you're going to be using the command line. Right, I have made some changes here, but I was able to save them. Why? Because I'm working on my dev branch. Then now, this tells me something has changed 15 seconds ago. This is the main one. This is the main, still on Bessie Wims. This is where now we can do a pull request. compare, and pull request. This is where now as a group you change, you discuss your changes. Then you come here, sit and see your changes. See here? This is the information that was changed. The most important thing I want you to note down is the skills that you are learning. So now you are also learning to see, oh, this is collaboration. This person added this, removed this, suggested this. Then now remember you have to give comments. You have to write comments, show comments, view comments, edit comments. This is collaboration that it is exposing you to. If you decide as a group, okay, let's do a pull request and then a merge. This is how things are. You go through each and every detail and keep again helping each other about the code of conduct, correct contribution language, community guidelines. At least if you can have a good solid understanding or good solid skills of pull request, raising issues, collaboration, peer review. I'm telling you, this is the good start. Then you communicate, like I'm recording this. You record, you communicate, you share. So this is my suggestion. Or you make use of your group here to be always collaborating, communication, sharing. There's no right or wrong answer. After some time, you begin to see, oh, this is the most valuable development. Then you submit. I check it, we look at it, we submit it to the group that is working there to say, you know what, these are the changes that we found, and we have suggested they be like this. So we do now a pull request straight on the main one, and we add in all our changes. It is up to them to take or leave, but on our side, we have done good work. You might be saying, but these things are too perfect. There is nothing to correct here. Wait a moment. It is not like that. It is not like that. There is a lot to correct. If you can contribute 30%, that would be a very good achievement. Any question? Here is a question. I wanted to update you on our progress. We have completed our research, gathered the necessary codes, started coding. I think it will be beneficial for us to meet with the other group members to discuss our findings and ensure we are all aligned. Let me know when you are available to set up a meeting. I'm available mostly on Saturday because I'm a little bit available like right now. Even like right now I'm with you. I'm from another meeting. I'm supposed to go to another meeting. What I can suggest, tomorrow, if you are free, I can spare another 1 hour. If tomorrow is not possible, Monday during the week is tight. Monday, let's say, try around later, maybe around 7 to 8. That is my suggestion. Contact me, send me a message. Send me a message with this, then we go through. That one is welcome. Any other question from you? Remember, some of these things I'm presenting to you are alternatives. Do you have any other better way? Because remember, you can have something better approach, a better approach. If you do, bring it. Don't be afraid. That is my input to you. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, I am going to put you in groups, 5 minutes, random groups. Share with whoever who is in that group. Evaluate everything. So this is what we are seeing. Evaluate, just evaluate. 2 of you there. Just evaluate. Okay? So I'll just randomly assign you into groups. Just 5 minutes. Discuss with whoever you find in that. Evaluate, share. Because sometimes when you share, evaluate, you begin to discover something. Rather than me talking for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. It won't. So I will simply randomly assign you there 5 minutes. After 5 minutes we come. Those that want to share can share. Then we can close. Okay? Let's try that. I think it's going to introduce some sort of contribution from your side. I'll only put 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, it will time out. Then you come here and then you share. So I'm going to make 2 groups. How many are you? 6. Let's make it 3 groups. There we come. Thank you very much for today's meeting. Let's close it. Then we will meet again.
One more question, sir.
Yes.
These videos, do you upload them on YouTube so that I can get a link or something?
Yes, I do upload them. I normally send a link to your Discord. Like this one, I will send it onto Discord. Then on the Discord, there under general or under announcements, I will post this video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I expect you in your different groups. Guys, record your group discussions, group observations, participants, and then your videos. Bring them to me. Then I upload them for everyone to see. It's going to help us again when we are making votes for who is the best, who was working for the prizes. Otherwise, how are we going to select the best contributor? How are we going to select the best contributor? Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult. Okay? I think for today, let's call it a day. Any other question before we close?
Yes, sir. With our work integrated learning workbooks, let's say we're done with the 4 weeks, how are we going to give you the workbook so that you can sign, and what's going to happen?
Good question. Trifina is gone here. All right. We will need to arrange a day. Then all of you need to bring your, what do you call it, your will documents to the office. I'm not going to sign it remotely without talking to you because I'm going to go through each item. Then each item, because there are some ratings, there are some marks, there you rate yourself, say, yeah, this one, 4 out of 5, 1 out of 5, and this one, what did you do, when, with the dates. Then from there, you sign, I stamp, then I take copy. I always keep a copy. So that is what we are going to do that. So arrange with your group for that day. That one is very important. Secondly, after, what next? You still carry on with your groups. Still carry on, you hand in, because remember, lecturers must mark, and that part is done. On our side here, I've not seen any activity. I've not seen even 5% contribution at all. I'm still waiting. So we will need to step up. When you have submitted that part, you still carry on. But if others have submitted and they want to drop out, they are free. I've got other new ones who are joining every day. I will keep on assigning them. I would want a situation whereby when we do prize allocations and voting, there is a contribution, number one, that is clearly clear that was done by this group. Otherwise, it's going to be a waste of money. Number two, that you have clearly also improved your own skills from zero to somewhere. And then number four, there is handover, because there's another group. Other groups will be coming in, joining, moving forward. Does this answer your question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Any other question? Okay, let's call it a day for today. Thank you very much.